This is Dr. Nasar Shahid from Wellbeing Forum for those who are interested in achieving the state of well-being. We talked about in previous vlogs multiple aspects of well-being, how I define myself, what are the real ingredients of myself, and what is the relation between physicality and these traits. Today, I want to talk about a very important thing, a formula that in today's world can give you a very good state of well-being, and it can prevent multiple diseases. So I call it 3S formula. Three things which starts with S that you have to consider. No, number one, I have already spoken about sleep. That starts with S. So an adequate sleep, uninterrupted sleep, preferably in the early part of the night. What that will achieve? Your immune system will be enhanced, your memory will be better, and your brain will be connected, free of all the negativity around you, to different centers and will communicate and present the problem-solving capacity to you. So you will improve and enhance your problem-solving capacity, your creativity. To have that effect, you have to make sure that you don't have any sleep quality problem. Sleep quality problem means that you don't have any sleep apnea, you don't have difficulty in getting into sleep, you don't have a problem of interruption because of other physical reasons. And to have a real result from this, you have to have at least 6 weeks of continuous uninterrupted sleep, preferably in the early part of the night. So for that, I have given a detailed tips how we can achieve that in a separate vlog. So you can connect to that vlog. When you subscribe this channel, you will automatically have access to all those vlogs of mine about sleep. Now the second S is sugar. Sugar nowadays, because of the food industry, has been involved in all kinds of food we eat, especially the processed food, the food in the bottles and cans. Somehow the food industry figured out if we have more refined sugar in the food, they mix it with everything. We can get hooked onto it. And that also I have explained why the refined sugar causes a destructive system in our body, especially when it peaks. The spike of sugar in our blood causes more damage than any other food we eat. So we have to prevent ourselves from that sugar spike. It's not like you cannot eat it, but you have to make sure that you don't get that spike too often. So for that also I have given a detailed vlog, but I can present some tips here. One is that naturally you will eat sometime cookies, some fruits that have glucose spikes, some juices that have the spikes of glucose. One way you can do it, never break your fast with something that brings that spike. The other is that if you happen to eat some fruits, don't mix it with other food. Have a space between the two so that you don't have a spike. And then you limit your proportion. Also, don't add any sugar from outside to any food you make. So this will require a little bit of taste bud issues, but that can be resolved by having intermittent fasting. Because intermittent fasting actually helps you to renew, to reinvent your taste buds. The taste buds are simple few cells on the back part of the tongue and the palate that has acquired a quality, I call it perverted taste. So to get rid of that perverted taste, you have to go into intermittent fasting for 8 to 16 hours. You don't eat, you don't drink anything, and you don't eat and drink anything if you are fasting for 8 hours, but more than 8 hours you can drink, and except you can drink water, nothing else, but don't eat anything. So this will help you renew your natural taste buds. So in this way you can introduce food to your body without having a spike in your glucose. The third S is screen. And by the way, this screen problem is more addictive than anything you can think of. Our brain is being stimulated continuously with news, with switching the task, because of the screen, especially the scrolling thing helps you switch the task, and your brain takes the glucose from the blood to switch the task. The problem is that your brain does not have any storage of glucose. So whatever is in the glucose in the blood, that is what it is going to take. However, if you switch the task, it is going to consume very quickly. They consume the blood glucose, and as a result you will have hypoglycemia. As a result you will have loss of mental energy. So you have to limit screen. Problem is that screen is something which we have to use. Even the laborer, even the person who is totally doing manual job has to have some dependence on screen for information, for communication. So my recipe for avoiding the screen is don't use it for recreation. So use it for information, use it for communication, use it for writing and storing your information, but don't use it for recreation. So one thing is that if something is addictive, you have to always think in terms of what is the substitute. You cannot get rid of screen and don't have any substitute. You have to have a substitute. So spend time with your family, spend time in physical sports and exercises, spend time in thinking and writing with your hand, and reading with the hard copy of the books. So in that way you will have a chance to avoid the screen. So if you have this 3S, I call it 3S of Dr. Shahid's formula towards well-being, so that will provide you the basis of achieving the well-being.